Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today recapping the entire update because let's face it, there was a lot of stuff. So in this episode, we're going to recap everything that should be coming in the next update any day now, and we're also going to go ahead and answer some of your questions that you submitted to me on Twitter. So let's get right to it. And we're going to start things off by taking a look at this new social tab inside the game on your player profile tab. And you can see here, we have a new friends, friend request, and search player section all inside this social tab. And the cool thing about it is these friends are actually in-game friends. The people on who are your Facebook friends or your Game Center friends, they're added there too, but you can also, even if you don't have Facebook or Game Center or any of that stuff, or you don't use it, you can also add people directly inside the game. You can search players by either going to their player profile or searching for their player ID tag. You can add them to your friends list, and then that's easy access to visit their village, all the stuff you can normally do in the old system as you're stalking your friends. So let's go ahead and send a friend request over to my buddy Clash with Joe. So I think he's in Katy Perry for Life clan. Let's go to his player profile, Clash with Joe. You can see I just click on the add friend button and voila, a friend request is sent to him. I think we're adding a little Facebook action or something inside Clash of Clans. Pretty soon there's going to be a new profile picture avatar, but you can see under friend request it says request sent, kind of like the pending area, and you can go ahead and monitor if the people have accepted your friend request or if they're just kind of leaving you hanging. So now what I want to do, guys, now that we have the social tab covered, I want to go through all the sneak peek content rapid fire, really cover everything all in this one little video, and then we'll get to the Q&A segment. Sound good? All right, let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and start out with a new UI where you're going to be training your troops, and you have the quick train option. The quick train option is a preset option that you can save your favorite or most used armies. You can also utilize your previous army. It's a really handy feature. This was personally one of my favorite additions of the update. And the cool thing I kind of thought about in the interim from my sneak peek video to now is you don't have to necessarily fill your entire army in the quick train feature. My army number 2 there, you can see I have 127 out of 240 troops, and then I can go ahead and fill in the rest. So you can kind of fill in maybe a preset and then work around that foundation. So I always use 9 giants and 22 goblins, then I'll fill in the rest depending on what other resources I need, something like that. So I can actually envision folks kind of making presets, maybe only using about 200 troop space, and then they fill in the rest depending on what the base they're attacking calls for. Now let's move on to the new troops and the buffed troops. So we have the new level 7 wizards, which are available at Town Hall 10, also a buff to level 6 wizards. We have the new level 5 baby dragons, the new level 6 dragons, and then we have the buffed witches and the buffed P.E.K.K.A.s in terms of the removal of the extra damage done by the hidden Tesla. Now while we take a peek at the new visual aesthetics to the new level of troops, I should mention that the baby dragons level 4 have been bumped down to Town Hall 10, and the wizards level 6 have been bumped down to Town Hall 9. So moving right along, let's go over the defenses, starting with the new defense, the Bomb Tower. First available at Town Hall 8, level 1 and 2, level 3, Town Hall 9, level 4, Town Hall 10. Town Hall 10 gets another Bomb Tower. Town Hall 11 is level 5 with the still 2 Bomb Towers. Level 5 Expo, level 10 Mortar Tower, level 10 Mortar. New defense confirmed, Mortar Tower! But beyond the Mortar Tower, Mortar buffs to level 8 and 9 Mortar on top of the new level 10 Mortar. Moving right along, we have new walls, not new level walls, womp womp, but new additional wall pieces, 25 of them to be precise. You also may have noticed these fancy new level 9 Teslas. But wait, there's more. Let's go ahead and talk about the buffed skeleton spell and the buffed clone spell. So the new skeleton spell, you guys probably have already seen these sneak peeks, so we'll go really fast here, but they summon 26 skeletons, and it's spawned over time here, so now many more skeletons, and the duration is actually quite quite significant. Speaking of durations, the duration has been dramatically increased of the clone spell on the clone spell units. We'll see that in action in just a second here. I'm going to drop this clone spell on these wizards over here, but right after this, we'll go ahead and time exactly how long the cloned units stay alive on a map. We'll do that right after this attack, and then right after that, we're going to go ahead and start the Q&A rapid fire questions from you guys as we show the new interface for the new Friendly Wars, and we'll answer a few questions about the Friendly Wars as well. So let's cook up a few wizards, go into battle here. Don't know what kind of village I'm going to find here. You can see the developer build is not super active. This guy hasn't logged on in forever. Axion HD, who is that? I'm not sure. Maybe he's a foreign YouTuber, content creator. I have no idea, but either way, that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at these wizards. So start the time around 2:53 or so, and let's see how long they last. I'm not allowed, again, to share specific numbers, but hey, I can't stop you guys from counting, so hey, I can't be held responsible.
Can't be held responsible. She was touching her face. I won't be held responsible. She fell in love in the first place.
Alright guys, so before we get into the actual Q&A portion of this video, really quickly in the background you see the new Friendly War Challenge feature. It's really cool. Even if you don't have a large network of clans, you can easily, as long as you have 10 people in your clan, you can split up into two clans of 5 people and have a fun little friendly clan war in between your normal clan wars. Now, no troops are expended, however, the troops that you do put in your clan castle do actually cost resources. Other than that, there's no risk, no reward. It's simply for bragging rights. Of course, you can set your own rewards if you want to. Now, this is a developer build right now. The battle period on the screen right now says 3 minutes, but it can only be 1 hour minimum for the battle period. 1 hour minimum is the fastest war that you can have in terms of the battle period. The prep period, it can go anywhere from 1 hour all the way up to a normal war, a 24-hour period. So that is the Friendly War. It looks like to be a lot of fun, and again guys, there might be more features added on to this feature. Remember Clan Wars when they were introduced to the game, there wasn't a lot extra in there, and look at them now 2.5 years later. You can see they've added quite a bit. I have a feeling the same thing will be the case to these new Friendly War features. So you can see on the screen a 5x5 clan Friendly War request has been sent. You can see all the players that are in the war roster. The accepting clan has a chance to review the roster, put in their players, and then accept, and then boom, you are right into prep day. So now let's move into the Q&A portion of today's video. I should mention, by the way, giant bombs no longer do extra damage to hog riders. If you want to see a more in-depth video all about the hog riders and the miners and their relationship with giant bombs and the bomb towers, I'll go ahead and link that one, which I put out yesterday, in the description below. So now, rapid fire, let's answer a few of your questions. Starting with my boy JuDo Sloth, he says, how do you think the update will affect the ground versus air live stream? Now, JuDo will be participating, and he is going to be on the air team. I'm pulling hard for my buddy JuDo Sloth, member of Elite Nation, as well as a great YouTuber. I'll go ahead and include a link to his channel in the description below. I think the ground versus air live stream, I think the air team is going to be in a lot of trouble. It's Max Town Hall 11s. I do think ground will win, but I think it might be close, especially if you see those new level 6 dragons for some very safe 2-stars against more difficult 3-star attempts from the ground team. So a lot of it depends on individual players' skill and, of course, strategy. Moving right along. Omar Sharif asks, where are you from and how old are you? I am from Massachusetts, kind of about half an hour or so south of Boston, and my age is 34. Wasman asks, if you drop a Skelly spell at Town Hall 11, how much true space will that use to activate the Eagle Artillery? Well, the answer is 5 per spell. It falls under the spell rules, so it only costs 5 troop space. It doesn't count for 26, which would be the skeleton troop space. So that means even if you dropped 12 of them, that would only be 60 of the 150 trooped towards the Eagle Artillery activation. Roberto Palacios asks, how will the new bomb tower affect the mass attacks in Clash of Clans? That's a real tough one, and it involves a lot of speculation. I do think that mass attacks, especially at Town Hall 10 and 11, will be a little bit more difficult. I don't think there's any real doubt about it. I mean, they've added a new defense ×2. It's basically a giant bomb inside of the defense, so I don't think there's any way that mass attacks could be more viable now. It remains to be seen just how much more difficult they will be after the addition of the new defense. Alright, so Joshua asked, what did you have for lunch? Well, I woke up at noon today on my day off because I was up till 4 a.m. trying to record the last episode I did for Clash of Clans about hog riders and miners and bomb towers. Oh my. So I had a New York bagel for lunch, and I had a extra large coffee. Cinnamon flavor, regular. Cleric Dragoon, what's up, man? He asks, what console games, if any, do you play? What games are you currently playing? Well, I have no time at all right now between work and YouTube, and, well, work and YouTube, that's my life. So I don't play any console games, and I am so lame when it comes to console games. The last console game I played was NES 8-bit, probably about a year ago. That's all I still play. I like the original Final Fantasy, and my favorite game of all time is Dragon Warrior. Okay, so Chris asks, what do you think about the Hog Rider buff and how it will impact the game? I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think Hog Riders and Go-Ho and just straight-up hog attacks at Town Hall 7, 8, and 9 will be much more powerful than they already were in the game. It remains to be seen if base design will change, so don't want to overreact. I've made that mistake too many times in the past, but it does seem like the mass hog attacks and the Go-Ho attacks will be much more powerful. I think the reason they did it, the reason they removed that extra damage from the giant bombs to the hog riders was to compensate for the new bomb tower. Not sure it was needed at Town Hall 7, 8, and 9. At Town Hall 10 and 11 remains to be seen. I'm not sure we'll be seeing a lot of hog riders at Town Hall 10 and 11 because the Inferno Tower really stymies the hog attacks. Okay, the next and final question is from Agent CAPAM, and he says at 9.5, basically he asked, what do you think the weight impact will be of the bomb tower? So that's a great question. A lot of people are asking that, and to be honest with you, I have no clue, so this is just pure speculation. I think it will weigh pretty dramatically on the war weight when matching to an opponent. I think that it will be kind of close to a wizard tower. Now, the reason I compare it to a wizard tower and not, say, an Inferno tower is really twofold. Number one is its splash damage, very similar to a wizard tower, and it's available at lower level town halls, kind of like the wizard tower is. That's why I don't see it really as heavy as an Inferno tower, and there's only 2 of them similar to an Inferno tower, so maybe somewhere in between a wizard tower and an Inferno tower, if that made any sense to you guys. So guys, thank you so much for your questions. I got over 100 of them, so sadly I could not include them all. So guys, if this sneak peek and this update was the first time you tuned into my channel, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, consider tossing me a subscribe. You certainly don't have to, but hey, I'm not going anywhere. I still cover Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and it led to a little bit more clarification on what is coming inside the game. Curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thanks for watching. As always, take care, guys.